Hi, my name is Dr. Kelly Lemaire. I'm a clinical assistant professor at Purdue University.
Hi, I'm Keisha Novak. I am a 7th-year student at Purdue University and currently on clinical internship.
Hi, my name is Allison Curup. I am a 4th-year clinical psychology doctoral student at Purdue University.
Hey, my name is Daniel Osterly, and I'm a 2nd-year clinical psychology doctoral student at Purdue University.
Some of the most foundational skills junior clinicians learn are related to conducting intakes and developing case conceptualizations. Despite the development of some very helpful tools, such as the CFI, there are very few resources for conducting comprehensive intakes, especially those that are multiculturally conscious and trauma-informed. Given the limitations of training materials available, my team and I set out to develop a comprehensive training tool to aid supervisors and trainees in learning how to conduct multiculturally conscious and trauma-informed intakes with adult therapy clients. We wanted this tool to include lots of sample language, as well as providing rationale for how and why to assess particular domains of functioning. Additionally, we wanted the tool to be flexible so that it could be used verbatim if desired, or more as scaffolding over time as clinicians integrated this knowledge and became more comfortable with the material. Further, we developed a case conceptualization tool that will help the clinician apply their learning and develop a responsive treatment plan. This video briefly summarizes the steps we took to develop this tool and make it available for trainees and supervisors.
The current project was broken up into 3 distinct research phases. In the developmental phase, we first conducted a comprehensive literature review to fully understand both what current best practices were for conducting culturally competent intake and case conceptualizations, as well as what gaps existed in the literature, particularly related to how clinical psychology trainees are taught these practices. Based on this review, we created an initial draft of both the assessment and case conceptualization tools. And during the evaluation and refinement phase, our goal was to understand what both clinical supervisees and trainees thought about our tool and what feedback they had to share with us. To do this, we created a comprehensive feedback survey that was shared with clinical supervisors and trainees throughout the nation through clinical psychology listservs and targeted social media recruitment. In total, 80 supervisors and trainees responded to our survey, providing in-depth feedback and information on our tool, where participants were able to provide specific recommendations on each section. And from these data, we systematically analyzed and integrated participant feedback to create the pilot version of the tool, which had 13 specific assessment-related sections and a case conceptualization tool to make treatment planning considerations.
In the 3rd and final phase, we worked with 2 other clinical psychology training programs to pilot the tool. They trained their students on the use of the tool, administered intake interviews, and developed case conceptualizations using the tool, and provided feedback via an online survey on feasibility, usability, and acceptability of the tool. Here is a preview of some of the feedback data. Across respondents, perceptions of the tool were highly positive. Keisha will take us through some parts of the tool.
The CC Attic is broken up into 3 main sections: the preface, the interview, and case conceptualization. The preface consists of foundational information that is important for a clinician in training. This includes an introduction to the tool and its use as a guide as an intake interview, notes on key components of interviewing techniques, and details of aspects of each domain that will be assessed using the interview, including definitions and key terms and best practices for framing prompts. We've included example language and italicized text suggesting helpful ways to assess domains. The interview section covers 13 domains. Each domain includes helpful reminders for clinicians about key information to be gathered and important culturally conscious information to remain mindful of throughout the interview. Unlike interviews that are developed to be structured, this tool is meant to be administered flexibly. The tool may be administered in the order in which it's printed, or clinicians and their supervisors may find it useful to reorder or even skip sections based on the needs of the client. The intake section is divided into 2 columns, with interview questions located on the left-hand side and additional prompts located on the right-hand side. Each domain includes sample language for key questions and suggestions for additional evidence-based assessments if more detail is needed among specific domains. Finally, the case conceptualization section is provided for use following the intake and any necessary follow-up assessments. The case conceptualization section helps clinicians integrate information obtained during the intake, develop a deeper understanding of the client, and brainstorm potential interventions. Several factors are included in this section, including identity and how these factors may be impacting the client's experiences, factors that contributed, improved, or worsened presenting concerns, functional analysis, potential diagnoses, treatment planning, and assessment of potential therapy interfering behaviors.
We're really grateful for the opportunity to work on this project together and develop this tool. We hope that it is helpful for training clinicians and supervisors, and perhaps even clinicians who are looking to brush up their intake skills. This tool is open access and free for use. You can find it within the Open Science framework or at our personal pages at Purdue.